This is All India Radio. You will now hear comments from the press. The Hindustan Times, in its editorial title "EC must stay the course in J&K," writes, "The Election Commission's decision to hold the assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir is a mistake. To be sure, the EC's claim that security considerations do not permit simultaneous Lok Sabha and assembly elections has to be carefully considered. It is indeed true that there has been an alarming rise in violence in the valley in particular. It is also true that terrorists aided and abetted by Pakistan would have been at the forefront of derailing the poll process, threatening candidates and voters, and pushing for a boycott. Yet it is also true that while there is a strong security component to the crisis in Jammu and Kashmir, which requires a tough approach with Pakistan and being prepared in the valley itself, there is also a strong political component, and it is here that the central government has a lot to answer for. The spirit of the last elections got undermined when an absolutely unnatural coalition of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) took office. The insensitive handling of the situation after Burhan Wani's killing only aggravated the sense of alienation in the valley. With the BJP pulling out of the government last year, the state has been under governor's rule, and mainstream regional actors, both the PDP and National Conference, as well as the local units of national parties, have no way to channel political grievances on the ground in a democratic setting. In this backdrop, holding elections would have provided a channel for popular aspirations, restored faith in the democratic process, undermined separatists and Pakistan. The EC must remedy its error and hold polls in the state as soon as possible. The Pioneer, in his editorial title "Test of Democracy," says the general elections in India are nothing short of a carnival of people turning out in huge numbers to exercise their rights and choices in the world's most populous democracy. And for all the chaos and cliches that the world labels us with, this is one enterprise that manages an organizational and logistic efficiency like no other. And the numbers go up every 5 years. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora says that 900 million voters will exercise the franchise, and security challenges mean that the election is spread across 7 phases. In Jammu and Kashmir, for example, where the Commission is not risking a simultaneous assembly poll, unlike Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, Sikkim and Odisha, Anandnag will vote for the Lok Sabha in 3 graded rounds. Of course, every election has a theme song. The 2014 one being one for a change that ushered in the Narendra Modi government on almost a monolithic verdict, marking the end of the coalition era. But with the incumbent now going to the electorate with a mixed bag of a report card, this time it is a battle of coalitions against one of just personality cult. And subsequent to a polarized India, there are 2 broad themes: a pillar-like leadership with a boldness of agenda, and a shared leadership representing a diversity of causes. Politically speaking, national security has emerged as an emotive issue post Pulwama terror attacks and the Balakot airstrikes, at least across the North Indian heartland. Prime Minister Modi, who has changed the bilateral paradigm with Pakistan by redefining the contours of counter-terror operations, is using this as demonstrable proof of his muscular and single-minded leadership. The BJP is expected to go to town with this as a clutter-breaking formula, considering the Modi government has failed on other performance markers: agrarian distress, poor GST management, a sluggish economy, joblessness, infrastructure bottlenecks, and a lukewarm Make in India. Deshn Age, in its editorial title "A Swift Call is Needed on India's Boeing Max Jet," says Sunday's tragic Ethiopian Airlines crash is worrying for many reasons, not just the scale of the catastrophe of 157 citizens of 35 nations, including India, losing their lives. This is the second crash in 5 months involving the modern Boeing workhorse B737 MAX 8 jets, of which 300 are now flying around the globe, with various airlines, as huge orders are in the works. India's Jet Airways and SpiceJet also fly this aircraft. The alarm bells have been ringing loud and clear since a similarity was spotted in 2 crashes. The first, that of the Lion Airlines aircraft flying inter-island in Indonesia with an experienced Indian pilot. Both jets went down within minutes of takeoff. Simulations of the Lion Air crash based on the recovered black box data reveal frightening images of a plane bucking like a bronco and falling steeply nose first even as the pilot struggled for control. As a precaution,